Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Cisco here again with another episode of the Code 3 Club. Today we got Mr. Mikey.
What's up?
So, Mr. Mikey, Miguel. I never call you Miguel.
I have my preference on who to call me Mikey, so you're fine.
Okay, cool. I'm like, oh, damn, I've been messing up all these years. So, I feel like you do a lot of things. I'm going to ask you that loaded question. Tell me about yourself.
I don't know. I consider myself like a jack of all trades. I try to learn as much as I can from wherever I go. Let's say I was an electronic assembler at Alcon. I didn't want to do that at the company, so I started asking questions like, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? Like, I ended up learning everything in my department within a year.
Alcon was at the laser?
Yeah. From there, I started seeing like, oh, I don't like just doing one thing. Like, I'd rather do something else, like to make the day go by faster, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So every time I kept moving on from job to job, that's all I did. Like,
But what'd you do at the laser place? You can't say the big trigger word laser, make us think about Elon Musk and Mars. And
well, that's what we made, just lasers for our eye surgery. Laser machines, I guess you could say. They're just like these little giant boxes. That's all they look like. But apparently they have a powerful laser that goes through a fucking fiber optic cable and it just shoots like super fast. A bunch of beams.
Did you need like special glasses while you were working?
You need special glasses because the light could just bounce off of something shiny and just hit you in the eye and fuck you up. And I've seen videos where people use powerful lasers, like on YouTube, and they fuck up their camera because it just reflected off of something and hit the camera and the sensor just blew up.
Oh my God. How does it so let's say if you have a laser and you're shooting that laser at the wall. The wall should technically absorb all the light, right? So in that situation, it's not gonna mess up any lens.
It's absorbing light, but it's also reflecting. There's nothing that here in the real world that does not reflect, you know? So
yeah, it's
this wall is reflecting light right now.
Yeah, it's like the color that you see is actually the color that it does not absorb. So technically, anytime you look at like, oh, this phone is blue, it's not really blue. It's every color but blue, and you're seeing the blue. That's interesting. So you're seeing the color that it isn't.
And I found out that the most dangerous laser out there is infrared. You can't see it, but you can get affected by it pretty bad.
That's like from the sun, right? Like there's
no,
infrared.
like you can make actual infrared lasers and just burn out yourself, you know? You have to wear glasses, even though you can't see it. You have to wear glasses around it.
And with those glasses, you'd be able to see those lasers?
Yeah, you'll see. No, you're not supposed to see anything, actually. When you put on glasses, you're supposed to block out that light. So you're not supposed to see anything.
So how do you work with infrared lasers?
That's a good question. You have the machine turned off first. Always have the machine turned off before you start it up. And then put on glasses. Safety number one priority, man.
It's like, hello, show you heard that. We're all about safety. Okay, but if you're working on infrared lasers and the machine has to be off before you work on it, then you walk into the room, you turn it on. What are you working on? Like, how do you know it's on if you can't see it?
I'm not sure because they do have sensors or whatever they have to calibrate with, and that determines how much output you're getting and all that stuff.
So you're trusting the machine to tell you that it's on.
Pretty much.
What would you
don't know if the machine's properly calibrated and all that stuff, so you have to get it calibrated like almost every week.
What would you use infrared light for, like the laser?
Well, I don't know. We didn't work with that. We worked with like a green laser, which is just for the surgery. We never worked with other types of colors or whatever. But green's supposed to be like the brightest color that we could see. So like we'd be reflecting off of something. We would point the laser at something like super black, but it still reflects a lot of light. Like you can see it, you'll be like, fuck man, this shit's bright.
That sounds like a dangerous job.
It was okay.
You know, just you could get blinded by any second. You walk into any room, you're like, dang, I really hope the laser is off in this room.
Well, every time you turn on the machine to test, there's a light that goes out on the roof saying that testing's going on. You need safety glasses or whatever.
Gotcha. They got stuff like that at the hospital, the x-ray room. It's like anytime they see X-ray, the X-ray light's on, don't come in. People still walk in.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one X-ray. Well, I mean, they add up. X-rays add up.
But like at this new job that I'm at, they're having me learn how to use a robot to weld. And I specifically told them, like, hey, I want to learn this, so if someone calls out, I could just be there to help. I'm not here to like do this job. I'm just here to help. So people could keep working that machine the whole time. And my boss was like, cool. And I'm going to do the same thing for another machine that we have, which is a laser cutting machine, cuts metal. And I told him I used to do plasma cutting. It's the same thing. It's just with a different type of head, I guess you could say. So instead of a plasma cutter, it shoots an actual beam of laser.
I'm saying a laser trend. It's like you like lasers.
It's all right. It's fun and dangerous. But I'm mainly there just to get my hours as a welder. And that's why I want to move on and go through the apprenticeship program to become a journeyman. I think after journeyman, you could get a master's, which technically you could own a business.
So there's a lot of education into going into welding.
Yeah, people make it seem like you got to be dumb, you know?
Well, I don't know about, okay. Like,
I know.
It's like, it seems like it's one of those
I'm more in the techno
jobs. Like,
yeah, that's why I hate on people that fucking hate on welders. I'm like, dude, like, you don't know what we had to go through to get to here, you know? Like, everyone's a fucking asshole to you when you start out because they're like, oh, it's a new guy. Like, he doesn't know how to do his job.
It's like, I'm new.
It's like, of course, that's why I'm here, you know? I want to learn from you guys. Everyone, like, tells you, like, everyone's a fucking asshole. And that's how it always is in construction. Like, your boss would be an asshole to you. You could tell they're fucking drunks or whatever, you know? They're so stressed out from their job.
Right. So let's say I wanted to become a welder then. So I don't know how to get to that. You're already doing it. How does someone become a welder?
If you're starting out after high school, I suggest getting into construction.
Mm-hmm.
That way you could learn how to become a worker. Like, honestly, like, learn how to deal with heat and all that stuff. From then on, you could probably either stay in that field or go to a local union such as a 433 in LA. Local 433, which is a welding
Shout
union.
out to 433.
Yeah. Do you guys have unions?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I want to get into the local 433, but I'm already running late in my field. Like, they expect you to be young, fit, all that stuff, you know? But I want to do it so I can make money, live here in California, get my own house, all that stuff.
See, I'm surprised to hear that the industry expects you to be really young because I don't know many welders. I don't really know many people in that industry. And I wouldn't necessarily think that that's something that people get into early on.
Yeah, because in school, they don't really teach you that kind of stuff. Like, they don't teach you how to do your taxes in school, you know? People that don't want to go to college, they don't know what to do in their life. Like, they expect things to come easily for them, you know? But they're just struggling their whole life to fucking make money. And that's what I'm going through. Like, I'm struggling to make money because I didn't go to college. And I'm trying to find ways to make money. So doing this, I do enjoy welding, honestly. But I want to go through the apprenticeship program because they put you through school and you learn about safety and all that bull crap, which is, I'm pretty sure, what you learned, your own type of safety. So they'll teach you like how to climb buildings, how to use certain equipment, and you can't buy specific equipment, like specific tools for that type of job. Like, if you're going up a building, you cannot use a certain type of wrench and all that stuff because it could fall on someone and hurt them if it slips out of your hand or your pockets or whatever. You got to buy a specific type of tool. They could attach a sling to it. So if it does fall out of your hands or pockets, it just hangs on you, dangles, you know? It's a lot of stuff. LA certification is like stupid. I think this is the stupidest thing California wanted.
I mean, California has so many dumb rules.
Yes. But I think a lot of people from other parts of the U.S. come to LA because there's more money working here compared to like working in Las Vegas. And there's a lot of people from Vegas right now working over there because they were building the Raiders Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a lot of workers for iron workers there. So they were lucky enough to get work. One thing that sucks about becoming a journeyman, there's times where you don't have work. But here in LA County, you're going to have a bunch of work, I'm pretty sure. But you learn about building structures and all that stuff. And you have to weld a specific amount. You can't have it too big, too small. Can't have it bulged out or sunk in. Stuff like that. QC's on your fucking ass all the time.
QC?
Yes.
What's QC?
Quality control.
There you go.
You don't have to deal with that, huh? You put too much water on that building.
There's like you can't if as long as you put the fire out, you did the job right. But it comes there's issues with excessive damage. So that's the thing. We have like salvage.
Like, why'd you chop down the door? You could have just opened it.
Yeah, kind of things like that. But like it depends. Like that would be a bigger issue with the home rather than like with the car. So like let's say like a car is lit up. The moment the car's lit up, it's a loss. You just gotta put it out. But like I remember the first time I had a car fire, my captain, he got me. He was like, I used a rotary saw and I was opening the trunk, and then right before I did that, I used a Halligan. So it's just like one of our tools. Right, it's like a fork and a pick and a wedge. And I messed up, and I ended up breaking like the rear windshield. And my captain yelled out like Marquez, and I look over, and he's like giving me like the what the fuck, like why'd you do that for? I'm new. I'm just, even though I get that the car is a loss, that's not what I'm thinking about right now. I'm thinking of like, damn, my captain told me that I fucked up. And then he's like, their car's on fire and now you're breaking their rear windshield. You know how you're gonna have to pay for that. I'm like, oh fuck, what? Oh, again, I just agreed because at that moment I'm like, he's right. Fuck, I'm trying to like save this car, and now I'm messing it up even more. It's a loss. And then like he told him, he was like, oh yeah, it's just like, he told him, oh, it's his first day. It wasn't my first day, but it was my first car fire, right? So then out of nowhere they started clapping. I'm like, why are they clapping? And then it's like a drone above me, and I was like, oh my god. So we have quality control too. It's just different. You want to cause the least amount of additional damage. Water's heavy. It's like 8.5 pounds per gallon. So too much water in a building, you can cause damage. You're going to get more in trouble for walking in, like breaking expensive stuff. So is the way to become a welder, like, so if you start off early, if you're able to start right after high school,
just go into an apprenticeship program straight out the bat. Or you could go to school, but a lot of companies don't care if you have schooling. They want to have experienced people majority of the time.
So like UTI, they're like the automotive school.
Oh, they do welding, I think, too.
Yeah, so you would say don't go to that.
If you don't have common sense, you could go to that. Honestly, that's what I recommend. Don't have common sense, go to school. They'll just teach you the super basic stuff, like how to use a machine, and that's it.
How long is a program? Like, is there a difference to the program going through a union journeyship, or versus paying to go to the private school?
There's a difference. You get paid to go to school. If you do the apprenticeship program,
okay,
you're getting paid to work and go to school. So you do it in a long process. You're doing it for like 3 to 5 years. And then you do your tests and you get your certification to become a journeyman. Compared to schooling, you just get certified to be a welder, saying that you know how to do this process, and that's it.
It's like through a regular school. Like I know some of those city colleges have it, so I imagine the program itself isn't that hard to get into. And then for private schools, I imagine it's like a lot of other things. If you have the money, you're going to get in. You just have to wait for your turn.
Yeah. I went through a private school. Okay. I didn't think it was worth it because my school was just fucking showing me YouTube videos. I was so pissed off. I was like, dude, I could have fucking learned this at home. I watched this guy that they kept showing at school. I was like, I already watched this guy. Like, why are you showing me these videos?
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
But especially nowadays with YouTube, you can learn almost anything on the internet. Why really ask questions? You can find it on YouTube University. right? Because you can just learn it. If you can think about it, it's on there. What do you want to learn? What do you want to do? You want to fly a plane? There you go. It's like you want to like build a bomb. It's on there. Oh, we just got flagged.
Yep. And it's like, it's stupid because there's good teachers on YouTube and there's bad teachers. Hopefully you find a good one. There's a couple of YouTube channels that do welding that have good teachers on them. The number one guy is Welding Tips and Tricks. He's old, but he teaches you the experienced way. He'll be like, oh, this is what I did at this job. And if you do it like this is the result you're going to get. And he shows you the process of how he does it. And he'll tell you like why it happens this way. He'll show you the wrong way and the correct way and the in-between.
The experience way.
Yeah. You just got to watch out for those type of things.
So then like going through a private school, I imagine it would be like a 1 to 2 year program.
Probably less. My program was like 9 months.
Okay. And then if you were to go straight into graduate high school, go into an apprenticeship, is that also 9 months of school?
Apprenticeship is like years, like 3 to 5 years.
So instead of doing a formal classroom education and it being like 9 months or whatever, you're doing just 3 years of like actual hands-on.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So you're doing a bunch of grunt work and going to school, and you cannot miss a day of work, that kind of stuff. They're also going to be like, no, this guy can't handle it, you know?
Yeah, is there like no PTO? No sick days?
There is no PTO. I'm pretty sure there is, but like...
It looks down upon. Like they're trying to be
frowned upon. They'd rather you go through with it. That way they could be like, okay, this guy could handle the work and not
schedule
complain.
The life.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I'm afraid that my girlfriend is not going to understand. I'm not going to have time for her. I'll be tired from work. I got to go to school. I'm just not going to have time for a relationship. Or I could have the relationship, but she's just very needy. Like,
if they're needy, it's kind of a good thing, right? It means they love you.
Yeah. I barely got my girlfriend to get a job. Honestly, it was like, I stopped telling her to get a job. Because like, every time I tell her, she wouldn't do anything about it. I have a tia that has connections, and I was like, hey, do you have any work? And okay, send the information to my girlfriend.
So she needs a job. What does she do now?
She works in a warehouse, packaging IV bags.
Hey, you used to do that.
Yeah, same company.
Same place?
Yep. She hates it though. And I was like, you need money, bro. But I'm trying to get a house. Or at least an apartment, you know? I don't want to rent. So I'd rather just get a house. I feel like renting, you just lose money.
I think it's got a time and a place. I think it gives you a little bit more like freedom.
But you get less space. 1 bedroom, 1 bath. $2,000.
I mean, if you can get 20 grand, you can get a $500,000 house.
Really?
30%. Whip out the old trusty calculator, and now we're going to run some numbers.
Oh, Mr. Numbers right here.
Right, so $500,000 divided by 10. I feel disappointed that I used a calculator for that, but that's 15 grand. Divide that by another 10. Again, damn calculator. That's 5,000. You multiply that by 3. 15 grand. Let's go 3.5%. Half of 5,000 is 2,500. 17.5. 3.5% on a $500,000 home. Closing costs are probably going to be about 10 grand. So if you got $27,500,
it's not bad.
But it's also 17.5. So you got to get 17.5.
Yeah. That's why I want to do the apprenticeship program. So I can make money.
So it seems like it makes really good money. How much money does a welder make?
Depends, I think, on experience and the type of work they do. Because apparently there's welding for like nuclear facilities. They get paid good money, I believe. I'm not too sure. I mean, but underwater welders, I think you could work for like 10 years or less. I don't remember, and retire.
Goddamn. I mean, you could the likelihood of blowing up is much higher.
The likelihood of dying underwater is higher.
So why do they die?
Airline could get tangled up something could fall on you, like when they're dropping equipment down to you.
Mm-hmm.
Something heavy could fall and hit you. Apparently, a hit from a whale is very hard and it could kill you.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Did
it's
you say
like
whale?
yeah, if they swim next to you and hit you with their tail without noticing you, apparently it's super painful. You could die.
Okay, so a whale next to a welder never even crossed my mind.
I know, right?
How?
But you could be in the middle of the ocean welding for like a oil rig company, you know?
Guys, that's my brain exploding. I just never, ever, ever considered.
And I heard that their
Sonar,
calls,
or
their calls could pop your ears if they're like close to you, because water seems to amplify sound. So I don't know how it works, but you could like go pretty deaf.
wow. Now I'm thinking about everything else. Like, what if you got to worry about sharks? What if you got like, if you're at an oil rig, you're literally in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
There's like massive, like 20-foot long squid, octopi that can just show up and.
Yeah, man, scary shit. Then like you got to worry about what's that shit called?
The bends.
You got to worry about that, and there's another thing where, let's say you're trying to fix a broken pipe. You see a bunch of water going through it, right? I forgot the term, but you get close to that with your hand or whatever, sucks you in automatically. You either die or you rip off your hand and you die bleeding out because you still have to go a long ways up.
What?
Yeah.
Let me see if I understand. So there's some pipe. I'm imagining some sort of fluid running through the pipe. Part of the pipe burst. That's why you're there. You're there to fix it. Seawater is flowing into it. And if you get too close to it or if you touch it, there's a risk that your hand gets sucked in.
Mm-hmm.
And then your hand plugs up the hole.
But
like,
there's so much pressure building into to go into it. So your hand ultimately gets sucked in, gets ripped out, shit like that, you know? I think
fuck.
I forgot the term, but you can look it up on YouTube. You see a crab like passing by a pipe and it just gets sucked in and crushed.
How big does the hole have to be?
It's like tiny as fuck. It's scary.
See, in my head, whenever I thought about underwater welding, I almost always, I just think about it maybe something close to shore, but deep. You know, like if you go to the beach, like the water gets darker, maybe you're like maybe a mile out, if that. But even then, a mile in water is like a lot, right? So in my head, I figured, okay, as soon as the water starts getting darker and it goes down, maybe there's like pipes there. I didn't really think about an underwater welder being like far out there. Same thing of like when you brought up welding on the side of a building. Obviously, there has to be welders putting all that stuff together, but it's just not something that I thought of. Like every time I think of a welder, I think of the commercials I saw on TV growing up where they're like working on aircraft or like on cars.
That's like aerospace welding. So you're just sitting on your ass majority of your time. And the machine does the work for you by turning the piece for you, or you just put it down and you weld.
See, in those commercials, those guys never wear glasses. So they're not really doing work.
Nope. It's all just for looking cool, I guess. I wear my full body protection. Fucking leather sleeves, jacket that's flame proof or flame resistant, whatever. I wear safety glasses, and if I'm grinding, I'll wear my safety glasses with a face shield on top of that. Yeah, I don't know how some people fucking weld without sleeves. They're getting sunburned automatically.
Because the light is so bright.
Yeah, it emits
UVA, UVB.
Yep. All that crap. Don't wear a white t-shirt. It's just gonna reflect, hit you in the chin. You're gonna get a sunburn under your chin.
So you want to wear black?
Yeah, dark clothes. It all comes with experience. Like, there's new kids that are at a school at my job. I see them doing something. I don't tell them anything. Like, I want to, but I want them to experience what they're doing wrong, you know?
Are they wearing sandals?
No. Like, I have boots. They're all bad or torn. I just put duct tape over them. I don't know why they want to fucking buy new boots all the time.
Wouldn't the duct tape light up?
Not really. It does burn occasionally. Not like it's on fire, but like the spark would go make a hole on the tape.
So you just put more duct tape.
Yeah, I just put more duct tape on top.
That's real Mexican of you.
Yeah, man, I don't want to spend $300 on boots every fucking week. But my job is not demanding, so I don't need to be buying boots all the time. I'm just standing in one spot majority of the time, not lifting heavy stuff. If I was out doing construction again, I'd probably be buying new boots every 6 months. It's as simple as that. You're fucking working your boots all the time. You're standing, lifting heavy, walking on uneven terrain. Obviously, you need comfortable shoes.
So then what do you make or weld at your place?
We fabricate parts for off-road vehicles such as Jeeps, trucks. I make fenders. Me and some other kid make fenders. We're the only two that make fenders because no one knows how to do it. I didn't know how to do it. They just showed me, and I was like, I could probably make it better. Damn. Sure enough, because my boss, he was showing me, and he was scared of burning through the metal. And I was like, okay, just let me do it, and I'll figure it out. And just show me what I need to do, and I'll do it my way. Like, don't worry about it. If I need help, I'll call you. That's as simple as that. Like, I don't want to bother my boss, like, every time. Like, hey, I fucked up, I know how to fix my own problems at my job. There's people that don't know how to fix their own problems because they don't have the experience of how to fix something. They always bring me stuff to fix at work because
you can fix it.
Yeah, they know I can fix it. They'll be like, hey, this kid fucked up. Can you fix it for him? I was like, yeah. I'll cut it off or something, make it smooth, weld over it again for him, and be like, here, it's done.
So is everything that you can fuck up on welding repairable with, besides like if you burn through the metal?
Majority of the time, yes. There's some specific stuff that if you fuck it up, it cannot be repaired. It has to be scrapped because they don't want to put the time into it to fix it because they just want you to make parts. They want it to go in and out, in and out, in and out. They don't want to give you the time to fucking repair all that stuff. But they want you to be perfect at your job, but they don't pay you enough to be perfect at your job.
Damn.
And it's stupid, like, I don't know.
So almost everything can be fixed. It's just, for the company, it's not worth it to fix.
Yes. They'd rather you scrap the part.
Do they recycle that? Like,
yeah, they recycle it and make their money back.
Gosh, like, that's probably expensive, just tossing heavy pieces of metal out.
Well, that's how they get their tax break. They just recycle metal.
Their own thing and write it off as a loss, recycle it. Dang.
Yep.
IRS, you hear that?
Damn, I kind of wish I was with the company earlier in my life because apparently they had a pretty badass owner back then. He was sponsored by Monster, so they would get free Monsters at work all the time.
Dang, just all hopped up on caffeine and sugar welding. I'm doing my job. I'm good.
Yep. I thought that was cool, but I heard stories where one of my coworkers got like a heart attack. He drank too much at work, and
that's not good.
Yeah,
heart attack. Following your torch.
He like drank it like if it was water. So he chugged like big cans, and just one day he just collapsed at work. That's what he told me. He woke up in the hospital. He didn't know where he was at. He didn't remember nobody at work. Like, one of his coworkers went to visit him, did not recognize him whatsoever. Not even his family.
What the hell?
Yeah, but it took him a couple of weeks to remember everything.
So he had some sort of stroke.
I don't know. Maybe?
Transient global amnesia. Look it up.
That's what it is?
That's a thing. It is a thing because I actually had a patient that had that, but I don't think that's what it is.
It's like when I had a seizure. Only it only happened to me once. I didn't remember where I was at or what day it was. That's it. I knew who everyone was, but I didn't remember where I was at. All I remember is saying like, "Oh yeah, I just want to lay down and sleep." And they're like, "No, you had a seizure." And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, did I? Like, go sleep.
So I thought that was funny. Every time I had a seizure after like my first one, I thought it was hilarious. Even though it was serious, Because I'll wake up and I'll be like, fuck, my body's sore. I had to wake up.
Okay. Now that you brought up your seizures, because I totally forgot. What was your aura? Do you know, did they tell you what an aura was? So it's like the feeling. Like, did you get a feeling right before you would have a seizure?
Oh, I would hear a little girl laughing all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
So, like, if you heard, like, a little random girl, whatever, laughing, like, you could tell that you were getting a seizure?
Mm. It would be faint. Like, I'd be like, is someone laughing or what? And then, like, I'll be like, okay, it's probably gonna happen.
See, in EMT school and in the books and everything, it says most commonly people will, like, taste, smell.
I would
like,
be eating
feel.
the majority of the time when it happens, so I'm already tasting a bunch of shit. So it wouldn't be a taste or smell for me. I would just hear something in the back of my head, and I'd turn around and I'd see nobody.
Like, oh, here it goes.
Yep.
You're the first person ever to tell me that.
But it would happen every time I'd eat, though. I don't know why. It would be something different all the time. And that scared me because what if I was chewing my food already and swallowed and then it hit me, you know?
Orcando and shit.
Yeah. That's the only thing that scared me.
Your mom's going to tell you, chew your food more.
Oh, man. I was on my computer chair one day and I had a seizure. I had pizza and a drink on my hands. I woke up from it and my drink was spilled all over me and my pizza was like smeared on my shirt and on the ground. I was like, no. My mom was like standing above me crying. I was like, what's wrong? Like, she's like, you just had a seizure. I was like, fuck.
Like, but how's my computer?
Yeah, pretty much. And my mom's like, why do you care about that stuff? You just had a seizure. And I was like, oh my God, Mom. Like, chill, I'm fine. Be happy that I woke up, you know? Like when I first had my seizure, I had a big old depression. I was like, fuck, dude. Like, I feel useless, you know?
Because that can happen like at any time.
Yeah. But then after that, I was like, yeah, I'm fine.
Life's got to move on.
Yep.
Did they ever figure out why?
No. I went to go see a neurologist, and they're just giving me bullshit answers that I didn't want to hear. Such as, you need to be on medicine your whole life, when I heard stories where people weren't on medicine their whole lives. So I stopped taking the medicine after about a year. Did exercise, ate right. Fine without medicine.
I hope you never have one again.
Yeah, that's what the doctor was afraid of. She was like, if you stop taking medicine, it could come back worse, you know? And I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure there's people that haven't had a seizure for a long time because it just hit them out of nowhere, you know? But to me, I think it hit me because I had a head injury at the time, that same year. It just didn't affect me at the time when I got the head injury.
How'd you get hurt?
Fell off my bike. I was riding on the street and this truck came super close to me. And you know how some trucks have like the long mirror on the sides?
Yeah, like the old school trucks.
Yeah. It almost hit me, so I swerved and I did not notice that the ramp was like about an inch or two high. So my wheels got stuck on there trying to turn in. And I just like tipped over and I was like, fuck.
So fell and hit your head.
Yeah. Had a big old fucking bruised, swollen head. And I went to the doctor right away. They did a CT scan.
So you didn't call an ambulance?
No, it just went to the ER. Gabriel picked me up and we went to the closest one to my house. And they said it was just blood building up on that spot.
Yeah.
And then they said that they're not going to pop it. They're just going to let it drain out because it's not going into my brain. So as soon as it drained out, all the blood went down towards my eye. And it looked like someone punched me in the face.
So you got a black eye?
I had a black eye. Like, first my eye turned like bloody red. And then like around, it turned like dark, like bruised. And then like it went down more. And then it just went away.
How long did that take?
A week or two. I don't remember.
Did you just want to pop it? Like, was it big enough that you were like, I just want to pop it? Like,
no.
like pimple?
No, it was like
hard.
It was hard. But it was like huge. I don't know. This much was swollen.
It's like half your forehead. So we got like left eyebrow from the beginning all the way to like your temple or hairline.
Yeah. And then I had a seizure while I was sleeping in bed. Ended up falling out. And you know how most beds have metal frame at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up hitting my forehead, and in between my eyes, I ended up getting the scar.
Oh, I do see that. Oh.
So, Gabriel keeps asking me, how'd you get that scar? And I was like, don't you remember? You were there.
Like, you trying to talk shit? Was your bicycle like a bicycle or like motorcycle?
No, it was a bicycle.
Bicycle.
Yeah. Why would I get onto the sidewalk with the motorcycle?
I figured you're just trying to avoid it. You know, you got to do what you got to do.
Oh.
So, I wanted to mention this in the beginning. I totally forgot. No, you see your leg. I wanted to mention this in the beginning, and I totally forgot. You basically did this podcast setup.
What do you mean?
You set it up. So normally I set things up a certain way, but you're like not even just a techie guy. You're like the media guy, and you set everything up. So like right now, instead of having like my usual 2 mic setup, it's like the 2 mics. It's the GoPro with like a dead cat on it. That's a word for a cover on the mic. We don't literally have a dead cat here. And then using the XY adapter of the recorder, and then you got your Rode mic.
Well, I'm not using these microphones. I'm just using the input.
See, there you go. So you know a lot about the medias and the radios. How do you know so much about that?
Before all this, I was really into cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to become like a cinematographer and all that stuff. So I did a bunch of research on camera equipment. Do I need audio equipment, all lighting and all that stuff? And a lot of people recommended portable recorders, such as yours. I got myself 2 now. One was technically meant to be like for this, and the other one was supposed to be for recording video.
So were you going to make a podcast too?
No. By this, I mean like I'm recording myself, explaining what I'm going to do. Not doing podcasts, just like taking notes, verbal notes. Because it's so tiny, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like half of this.
Half of a chair?
No, this.
Oh, okay.
Or half of this, I guess you could say.
You're recording to a speaker. You're pointing to the chair. I'm like, that's a big chair. That's a big interface.
And a lot of people at the time recommended the Zoom H4n, so I got that. With cameras, I ended up getting a DSLR. Then I was like, I want a portable setup, so I was like, I'll get a GoPro. Got myself a Hero 3. There's no way to fucking connect microphones to it.
Garbage.
Total garbage. And then like different GoPro came out. I don't know if you remember, but they made a smaller one called the Session.
Oh, it was like just a cube, right?
Yeah. Oh my god, I totally love those. They're perfect for putting them wherever the fuck you want. But they don't make those no more. I was so sad.
One of the guys had that in my fire academy. He had it on the side of his helmet. I'm like, oh, that looks pretty useful. It's like way smaller of a profile. And it looks like it would get hurt less or like less damage because it's just a cube.
Yeah. But there's companies like, I think Sony used to do cameras, but not anymore. Like action cameras. Mm-hmm. But they were slimmer. And instead of being this direction, it would be, the camera would be pointing on this side. So it'd be like a slimmer profile. But it was more expensive than a GoPro.
Was it better?
Yeah.
Okay. So you said cinematographer. So you were like movies?
Yeah, I wanted to make like short films and all that stuff because that was the thing at the time when I was studying on my own. And come to find out, there's so much competition. I did a couple of jobs here and there, but everyone tries to lowball you because they're like, oh, well, this guy paid this guy this much because he started out, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, my rate's going to be like $1,000, like minimum. And if you're going to pay me this much, which is what they would, like $500, I'm just going to give you the raw footage. I'm not going to edit it. And I'm not going to work so many fucking hours. I'll just do like 2 hours and I'm done.
Do you know who Matt Diavella is?
No.
He does like cinematography stuff. He's like a minimalist. So I was wondering because I really like Matt Diavella. He's on YouTube. So I was just wondering if I could like connect both you guys together. Like, oh, is that what you wanted to do? So instead of you doing welding right after high school, is that what you did? You like cameras?
Yeah, pretty much. And some people, they wanted me to go film like the restaurants and stuff, but they didn't want to pay me. They're like, oh, do it for exposure, you know? And I was like, motherfucker, exposure doesn't pay bills. How do you want me to come to your fucking restaurant, buy all this fucking food and be like, I'll pay you an exposure? Would you? How would you feel? How would you feel if you had a restaurant and they told you that? I'll pay you an exposure, don't worry.
But you're saying like, so you'd have to buy the food. So was it almost like you were doing like a review? Like what was it that these restaurants wanted you for? Like how were these restaurants reaching out to you?
They wanted me to do like a film, like a party at the restaurant, edit it and give it to them so they could post it on social media. That's it.
Let me make sure I'm understanding this right. They reach out to you. They're like, hey, we want you to bring a bunch of your homies to my place, have a good time at my place, record you guys having a good time at my place, and then let me get the footage so I can show people that people have a good time here.
Yeah. And I politely declined majority of the time.
We said yes to Chuck E. Cheese.
But I told them, like, thank you for the opportunity, but I'm going to have to decline. The requirements for this is a little too much for what you're paying, which was nothing.
Mm-hmm. You're at least being nice for what you're paying.
Yeah. And fucking, they were like, block. They literally blocked me, like, straight up. They don't say nothing back. They were so unprofessional.
Like, how would they find out about you? Like, were you going on Craigslist, like putting like, oh, I'm like, what was even like the title? Were you putting down like, oh, a cinematographer looking for work?
No, I just post my work on Instagram, and I guess people see my pictures and stuff.
And do you still have it?
No, I deleted my Instagram.
I thought you had a second one and a third one.
I had a second one for doing it's not film, it's motion graphics. I was into motion graphics at the time as well. You can look it up. It's MPixels Productions. But I only posted like 3 videos. Then I got busy with work and I didn't have time to be studying and stuff.
There we go. Let's see. We got audio on this?
No.
Oh, that's not. It looks cool.
So I designed my own logo and I made the videos right there. They have.
Have you ever played Beat Saber on the Oculus, the VR headset? Well, your MPixels, right? So MPixel Productions on the gram. Your middle thing, MPixel Productions. That right there looks a lot like when you finish a level in the Beat Saber and you look up, it says Beat Saber in like huge like neon letters. It looks pretty cool. That's what I feel like that looks like. I feel like if you could put that in VR, crazy.
Speaking of VR, I want to get myself a VR camera.
GoPro sells one, right? It's like a 360 whatever. Gonna get into that space.
Well, not just that. Like, I want to like put a camera where I work at.
Mm-hmm.
That way I could like just look at what I'm doing, how long it takes me to do it and all that stuff. Like our boss, he would make us write down how long it would take us to do a job. Like he'll make everyone do it, but then like they stop. And I just told myself, like, I'm just going to get a notebook and do it myself and see if I could race on my times, you know? Because I told my boss, I really liked it when we had that, but they were just doing that to see who the fuck is being a lazy ass, you know? But I liked it because like I'll be like, I only made this many parts from this time to this time. Let's see how many parts I could do from this time to this time. So I'd be racing against my own times.
See, now learning about lasers messing up cameras, don't you think that maybe the light from the torch, right? You call it a torch. From the torch might mess up the camera?
No.
Because, I mean, I think you would have to either put it far away so that it gets you, or you'd have to, like, put it on your helmet or something, right?
Oh, I'd put it far away either way because the sparks actually damage the screen on the back or the lens. I've had that experience. I had another GoPro. Fucking spark landed on it and it just fucked it up.
You got the purple spots on it?
No, it just damaged, cracked the screen. I was like,
oh, done. And then what are you going to do after you finish recording that? Just look at yourself work?
Edit video if I like how it looks.
Why do you need it to be VR though?
So I could view my whole booth. Because there's times where I've done it before at school. I had the camera in one position and it just faces that one direction. I don't want to be moving the camera all the time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I would just have it in one spot to look around everywhere and then move the view wherever I want, you know? Okay.
It makes me think of like the Google car. When you see the Google car driving around like for maps and it's got the top that's spinning.
That's like, actually a laser. It detects I believe it's a laser. Like it detects like where the cameras are spinning, I think. Or it has multiple cameras, and then it's the lasers. I don't remember. I forgot how it goes. But it detects how far things are, and that's why you could like zoom in and out. Tells you how long, what the distance is from here to there, stuff like that.
Sometimes the quality of those pictures are trash. I'm like, we're in 2022. How is it possible that a Google car is taking crappy pictures? But sometimes they even get stuff like going through alleys. I'm like, wow, look at them. Making it easier for me to find stuff.
There used to be a program that Google offered. You put like a GPS in your car, and you just drive around. And they take that information to put into Google Maps.
Well, like GPS used to be shitty. Us being millennials, it's pretty much always just kind of been part of our lives. But I forgot what president made it like better. But like a lot of countries now have their own GPS. Like the military's GPS is like within like 1/100th of an inch in accuracy, and ours are like within an inch. So I mean that's plenty. But I guess GPS used to be really shitty. I used to have a physical geography teacher that like in the early 90s or early 2000s or something, one of like the common GPSs came out, like one of the TomToms. And I guess they were like stupid expensive, and he convinced his wife to let him buy one. And he was like super happy about it. He's like, oh, heck yeah, now when I go out and I do my research and I do this and that, it's so cool, all this data. And like he went for a run with it, and then he went for a drive, and he came back and he was like really disappointed on the data. And his wife was like, so how is it? Was it worth the money? And he was like, yeah, babe. Yeah, it was. And it wasn't. And he just didn't use it again.
It's funny. Hopefully things work out. Hopefully by next year I start my apprenticeship. But first I gotta lose weight and get strong.
Can't just jump into it? What's stopping you from getting to that program right now? Is it because, like, do they have a like height to weight ratio? Like, is it you got to wait for an application?
I got to wait for an application to open up, and they want you to be physically fit. They prefer you to be physically fit because you're going to be carrying heavy shit. And majority of the time, you get frowned upon for asking for help.
Because they also got heavy shit to deal with.
Yeah.
Is there like a standardized test? Like, do they want you to come in and do push-ups?
No. The test is just written paperwork.
What about the physics? Like, how are they going to look at you and like not know? Oh, this guy's not in shape. Like this guy can't lift.
They're probably going to have you work a day, and then we're like, nope, this guy can't handle it.
Like, what are you lifting? Like, what are they going to make you?
Metal is fucking heavy, dude. It could look like that, but be dense as fuck. I learned the hard way. Like, don't pick up anything that looks light. That's metal. If it's gonna fall, just let it fall. Get it out of the way.
I don't know enough about metal to like ask you like, oh, like what's the heavy metal like?
Stainless steel is fucking heavy. I tried picking up. The diameter was about that thick.
Like what, a banana?
No, about this thing much over here.
So there's like a rod. Oh, that's a level.
Yeah, so
maybe like a 4 foot 3 foot level.
You know how thick it is, right? How wide it is?
Yeah, maybe 2 inches.
So the rod was about that thick, 2 inches or whatever. Fucking stainless steel is pretty fucking heavy. I couldn't pick up the fucking rod. It was
It's like the same height?
No, it was longer though. It was long, same thickness.
It's like 5 feet. Was it taller than you?
It was probably like 30 feet long.
30 feet. So this is long. This is a big bitch.
Yeah, I was trying to pick it up to put it on a cart to move it.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't even lift it up. It was too fucking heavy. My coworkers were making fun of me. And they're like, "You want to pick it up? Go ahead." And I tried, and they were just laughing. I was like, "Fuck, dude! Like this shit's fucking heavy." And they're like, "Yeah, it's fucking stainless steel. It's not like these other types of carbon steels, you know."
Or like hollow, right? Like aluminum. Aluminum is hollow.
Aluminum is just lighter metal. That's it. If you see metal falling, just let it fall. And anywhere where you have people welding or whatever, don't touch metal without gloves.
Because it could be hot.
Yes. Hot metal looks exactly like cold metal.
It doesn't look red. It doesn't have a glow to it.
No, because it could be red and glowing, but then when it cools down, it looks fine, but it's fucking hot as fuck. It's like when you put a pan on the stove, you don't turn it up till it gets red hot, right? Because it can't. But it's still fucking hot when you turn it off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Did you burn yourself?
No.
Okay.
Come on, man. Our work was all about safety back then.
So then, okay. So a lot about work, right? And what do you do on your free time?
Free time? I'm just a lazy ass. Just stay at home. On the weekends, if my girlfriend... Oh, I'm pretty sure my girlfriend wants to go out today, but I told her Fridays are for me. Yeah, normally I go out with my girlfriend on the weekends, and that's it.
So you did. So you don't do any of the media stuff anymore?
Nope. Stopped that a while ago.
What about the video games?
I don't play that often anymore. I find it boring.
Wow, because from years ago,
I used to be into it, but
remember you were my guy. Anytime I had an issue with the game, I came to you. Any level I couldn't beat, here, let me try. First try, done. I remember at one point I thought you were going to be like a professional gamer before professional gaming was even a thing.
You know, right? Now a lot of professionals are being caught as cheaters.
What's the name of the guy that does one of my little brother's gonna get so disappointed in me if I mess it up. But he had like a Mr. Beast meal. Rainbow? Yeah, God dang it. He does like Minecraft stuff. And he does like Minecraft runs, which I don't really understand the dynamics of Minecraft. I thought it wasn't like a story mode game. I thought it was just like you just build and you do stuff. But I guess he just got caught that he was cheating or something like that.
I don't know. I don't follow those type of people. Like the people that I watch now on YouTube and shit, just ASMR videos.
Really?
Yeah. Like I wanted to do that because you could be the shittiest YouTuber and do that and still make money or get views. Actually.
Okay.
You could have the shittiest microphone, shittiest camera. Not even have a camera. Just have a shitty mic and you can still make that type of video and get a bunch of views.
So what's part of an ASMR? What is like I gotta Google this. I know of ASMR. I just don't know what it actually is. What does it stand for?
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
You beat Google. Good job. Yeah, that's exactly what it says.
Some lady made it up.
It says, coined in 2010, ASMR is relaxing, often sedative sensation that begins on the scalp and moves on the body, also known as brain massage.
Some people call them braingasms.
So
that's
like
a perverted way of saying it.
So then you listen to ASMR.
Yeah.
What do you get out of it?
Yeah, I find it relaxing.
Like, what do you listen to?
This is Japanese guy. He's old. He's an old man. He does daily videos, random stuff. I love what he does. I find it relaxing. It's just background noise to me.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Because I only really know about ASMR like when it first came up, and it was like people tapping fingers on stuff.
I
it
hate
was like,
that crap.
It was like
That's
popcorn.
I hate that bullshit, man. But when I used to look it up, it would normally people called it sound fetish, not ASMR.
So are you like an OG then?
Yeah.
So you were prior to 2000?
Dude, I used to listen to it before any of this. I used to listen to it when I was a kid. The OG of ASMR is Bob Ross.
Oh, okay. He was so soothing. I love listening to Bob Ross.
You could hear everything, like all this.
So we're just gonna go ahead and put this little tree here, little happy tree.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like I loved it. I used to watch him when I was a kid, and I loved it.
What's the name of the Japanese guy?
Lipstick Channel.
Lipstick?
Yeah. The whole everything. Lipstick and channel. 2 words.
Oh, look at that. Huh. Okay, I gotta play one of these. Let's see.
First thing he says in every video. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check.
Water tingles sound.
Just washing his sister's hair.
So you've seen this one.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the feeling of when they're cleaning your hair like that.
He does haircut. He knows how to cut hair. So he does the authentic, like snipping and then combing. Unlike other people, they just go throughout the whole fucking video. He does the authentic snip, comb through your hair, all that stuff.
Oh, and you can see he's got something on his wrist tied up. See, this is a time where I feel that
he has the GoPro, not the GoPro, the Rode mics I was talking about.
Gotcha. See, this is where I wish that the podcast was video, because then this would be something good to show, and we could have a guy like the guy in the chair. You a Marvel fan?
Kind of like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, there you go. He's got his guy. So this is a 16-minute video.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they post like an hour video.
And I'm just fast forwarding it. Yeah, all he's doing is putting in shampoo.
He'll
he's got a little.
Yeah, he'll do that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I watch him a lot.
Would you say, okay, so I like listening to like rain sounds.
Uh-huh.
Would that be the same thing, or is that just like you just like listening to rain sounds?
I like listening to rain sounds. Like when it fucking rains over here, I open my window.
How often does it rain out here?
You live in California, man. You should know. It's random.
It just happens.
It just happens. Just let it happen. When it rains, people freak out and they don't know how to drive.
It was the last time we came to see you. It was sprinkling before when we went home, and the moment we even got close to LA County, stop. Nothing. So I mean, you're on a hill. You have a lot more exposure of sun. So then at night when it gets cold.
Oh yeah, we get foggy over here. When we get fog, it's just like dense as fuck. I'm not used to it. Like fog in Orange County, it's like you can see through it. Over here, it's like it's fucking creepy.
What's that scary movie?
Mist?
No. Oh, I heard that was good too. I never got to see it. There's so many movies that I've never gotten to see. Like, oh my God. Let's see. You were a big movie guy growing up, right? Like, or at least you just happened to see a lot of movies.
Yeah. I don't have Netflix, but I have like Hulu and all that bullcrap, and I don't even watch it because I'm too tired to fucking watch it. I literally just put that old guy on YouTube and try to go to sleep.
I got this app that tells me like movies that I wanted to watch. I just watched 127 Hours. Have you heard of that? So it has what's his face in it. How am I forgetting his name? He's just like super popular.
Rob Schneider.
It's like, we're doing freaking James Franco. James Franco is in it, and basically it's here. I don't want to mess it up, so I'll read the synopsis.
Is that guy from Pineapple Express?
Yeah, he was in that. Yeah, he was in that. What is it? Synopsis. The true story of a mountain climber, Aaron Ralston, remarkable adventure to save himself after a fallen boulder crashes on his arm and traps him in an isolated canyon in Utah.
Oh, I remember this one. They made fun of him.
of fucking James Franco?
Yeah,
or?
They're like, he's not committed to the role because he still has his arm.
Oh, shit.
Because you know how there's some method actors out there that commit to the role?
Oh, no. I get rid of my arm. I thought it was a good movie, but in the movie they made it seem like for a decent, somewhat amount of time, he thought he wasn't going to lose his arm. If that ever happened to me, the moment my arm is stuck, I immediately would have thought, fuck, I'm going to die or I got to cut my arm off. But in the movie, obviously it's just a movie. I haven't read his book. I don't know his other story. But I feel like the moment that would have happened, I would have like freaked the fuck out. There would have never been, I wouldn't have been chilling there for like 5-10 minutes. Like, man, I really hope I find a way to get my arm out of here. Like, that's crazy. Like, no, right away, fuck, I'm going to die here or I have to cut my arm off. That's tough, dude. I got anxiety watching that.
Yeah.
You know what movie gives me a lot of anxiety?
Do you go hiking a lot or what?
I used to. I like hiking, but I don't hike like anything like that. Like I've thought like, oh, what if I fall off a cliff? Like I go to Palos Verdes a lot, and then start hitting up Crystal Cove.
Yeah, we have our own place here. Skyline.
But no boulder is gonna fall on you.
Oh, there's Pumpkin Rock over there. I think in Narco. That's a big boulder, painted like a pumpkin. This past year they painted it white and made it look like Jack Skellington.
Mm-hmm. The Pumpkin King. Okay, so ASMR. You had my attention a lot with the ASMR. I did not see that coming.
One of the OG YouTubers that does ASMR, her name is Gentle Whispering. She's the one that started making it a trend. And sure enough, you could see from the first video she made, it was like some many years ago when nobody knew about it, you know? But like the way because like out of nowhere, like before this thing became popular, I was just looking up videos on how to get this feeling, you know? And people would like have shitty mics, and to me the shitty mics sound better for some reason because like, you could hear the noise and whatnot. The white noise.
Oh, I hate the white noise.
I love white noise.
Oh no,
it could be white noise, brown noise, pink noise. To me, I prefer brown noise because it sounds more like the ocean when you oscillate the volume up and down.
Brown noise, pink noise.
Yeah, there's different. I don't know how to explain it, but they have different kinds.
So to me, the white noise is like that's like the stuff when you're laying in bed and you just hear like the ringing, or like even in this podcast.
No, white noise is like when your TV is turned on and all you hear is the static.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's white noise.
So then brown noise is?
It's a different frequency, I guess, of noise. I don't know.
Because I hear brown noise, I think of the brown note, which makes me think of South Park, and then people shooting themselves.
No, but it's just different frequencies. So it's instead of being a higher pitch, it's kind of deeper sounding or lower.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could oscillate. I think there's apps that have that feature where it's just noise. They either have noise or ocean sounds or
like
rain.
Like the Calm app.
Huh?
Calm. I have the Calm app. I play that at work. Rain sounds.
Oh, okay.
When I get my...
Oh, yeah. Calm.
My butt kicked in and I'm like trying to go to sleep. I'm like, oh, I just can't go to sleep.
I'm not going to subscribe to that service.
I get it for free through Kaiser.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Before that, I would just go on YouTube. I'd like ocean sounds and it'd be like 8-hour video. I'm like, yeah, that'll do. I'm not gonna listen to 8 hours of this, but yeah, it'll do. So you said feeling. So like listening to the ASMR gives you like a feeling, and then like earlier you said like soundgasm. I get that. So there's like an actual like feeling.
Yeah, it kind of like tingles from the top of your head down through your spine, kind of thing.
Really?
Kind of gives you goosebumps. I don't know. Every person's different, but majority of the people get that feeling. So let's say you're doing something like that calms you down and you enjoy doing it, and then you get this like I don't know, this weird tingly sensation, kind of like goosebumps doing it. I don't know.
I don't know if I felt like it. It's just that's so interesting. Like I thought ASMR was just like, oh, people like hearing the noise. Like that's just like what it is. Like I like popping bubble wrap. I would say that like if I had to just listen to bubble wrap,
there's people that do that.
I feel like that'd be annoying. But like to pop bubble wrap, like it's satisfying. Like to hear bubble wrap popping would sound satisfying until I would realize, well, I'm not popping the bubbles. So no.
It's annoying when somebody else does it.
Yeah. There you go. Is it like when you like you're driving on the road, you're listening to your favorite band, they're playing a song, and it's like it hits the favorite part, and you like sing with it, and you get goosebumps? Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
But better?
No, it's all around the same.
Well, that's so interesting. I never.
It's like, let's say you go to a concert and you fucking know the lyrics to a song.
Oh, I get hyped. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Huh. I'm gonna have to experiment with this now later. Like, okay. I don't know. I'm just feeling like a newbie. Is it like, is it either like ASMR does it for you or it doesn't?
Yes. To me, it doesn't do it anymore because a lot of people seem to be just doing the videos just to make it. But like I said, that old guy, he's very genuine.
So there's quality in ASMR.
Yeah. He doesn't do quality videos, but to me, it does the job. And then a lot of people don't know him. But I think he should be known out there for what he does, because he does a video every day. He's just not embarrassed to like show what he's doing, whatever. He's cool. I don't understand what he's saying, but he puts my name in his videos now.
Really? Yeah. You got him on Patreon or what?
No, I just followed him for like a long ass time when like little after he started. And I always comment in his videos, like his videos and all that stuff. You could probably see my name in his video, his latest video.
Oh, I gotta click on this. What? 7 hours ago.
Go like towards the end when he's flipping a book.
So he said 7 hours ago and you've already seen it?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a book. He's cutting some woman's hair.
Oh, he probably doesn't do that one. There's some videos where he flips a book, but
I mean, I don't have enough of a following on YouTube to like really know. Is it like, does YouTube tell you like, oh, this person has been around for like so and so long, like following your channel, and that's like why he mentions you? Or
no?
How is it that the guy mentions you?
There's a time where he was doing a live session, and I asked like, hey, do you have a Patreon so you can make more money for your videos? That way I could subscribe to it for all that stuff. He ended up making a Patreon because I mentioned that he never had one at the time. And I suggested other stuff and he would do it. I would give him advice.
You guys are like homies.
I guess. Like, he's very cool. He's an old man. He's in a band. I don't know. I think I like his videos.
Yeah, this is interesting. I didn't see you there. Look. Lipstick channel is creating ASMR videos. Official Patreon 1 a month, all access 5, VIP 10, name and credits, personal thank you video, and everything the previous tiers. Voting power, live stream. That's cool. That's interesting. See, this is like a whole world that I didn't know about.
Yeah, because you know how YouTube has their membership program now.
Yeah, like you click it and like it's like Patreon but directly on there, right?
Yeah. But the creators aren't getting enough money. So that's why I suggested, like, hey, why don't you make a Patreon? Majority of the money is going to go towards you instead of YouTube. And that way you won't have to be posting ads or whatever, like how some people do it.
You know what's the biggest hustle? Or the biggest jip? I pay for YouTube Premium because I don't want ads. I still got to hear the creators.
Ads. I don't understand that.
But it's like, but
they got to make money, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like at the same time, it's like, you got to get yours. Like, if the choice is me listening to your ad or giving you $80 a video, bro, just, hit me with that ad.
I prefer the people that put like a bar saying when the ad's gonna end.
I prefer that so much. I'm almost willing to listen to the ad because I'm like, oh, okay, I know that it's going to be so and so long. I follow the Super Carlin Brothers. Have you heard of them? They got like a bunch of like little nerdy content. It's a lot of like Marvel and Harry Potter and stuff. And every time they do an ad, there's like 3 ads in all their videos, but I've been on them for years. But they got that yellow bar. It's a little yellow bar. And you could tell me, oh, okay, I'm willing to like leave it play. Or I'll walk out of the room and come back. Instead of just like everyone, oh, this is brought to you by
Raid Shadow Legends.
Isn't that what Guga Foods?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he got sponsored by the knives that he buys.
Yeah, he's super happy about that.
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, he has all majority of their knives, and now he's getting sponsored by them.
So you know how he also has sous vide everything? So when I first came up on his channel, I think I used to really like sous vide everything because I had just found out about it. I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. I what's in a bag? Like, doesn't it go bad? But I hated his Guga Foods. At the time, I have no idea. So I actually thought, because every time it would get recommended in my feed, I would like watch one. And for some reason, I like the style of video for one versus the other more. And I remember thinking to myself, like, God, like this guy looks a lot like this other guy. But I really like this guy's content. And I hate this guy's content. And then my little brother was like, you know, they're the same guy. Right? I'm like, no, they're not. And I pulled up my history and I'm like, oh, they are the same guy. And I remember he would even talk like, oh, if you like this, go on this channel, right? But I just never pieced it together. I just thought it was 2 different guys that just happened to look the same. That got me big. And then I was like, oh, I guess I do like his content. It's cool stuff.
I'm not a fan of the new guy that he has on his show. He talks too much.
One of the friends, right?
Yeah.
Because he's got the skinny guy and like the not skinny guy.
Yeah. But he makes it super technical. It's like, come on, man. We just want to know if it's good or not.
I like when he does a lot of cool, interesting stuff. I really like his content.
I wonder what happened to the old guy, though. The chubby old guy.
I might not have been there enough for that.
I think he used to be on sous vide everything. Because you know how there's a guy with the glasses?
Yeah.
There's another guy with glasses as well, with an old man.
Okay. I might not have been there that long. No?
Jesus. You call yourself a fan? You don't go through his old videos? I always do that. Like, if I like somebody's content, I'll watch their first videos.
Ooh.
And I'll be like, so this is how he started out? Okay. Like, have you seen Crazy Russian Hacker?
I know of Crazy. Yeah, Danny shows me some of his stuff every once in a while.
The way he started out, he was doing origami videos.
Really?
Yep. He got a bunch of views for those.
None of that no more.
No, now he's just an impulsive buyer.
Like, YouTube is crazy. Like, it just has, like, people's entire...
Like, you see all the stuff he buys, you're like, fuck, dude. How does he afford all this stuff, you know? But he's like an OG YouTuber.
Let's see, I'm trying to see on, like, the people that I follow, if their content is, like, totally different. Well, I got Anthony Padilla. I mean, I'm sure you did. We all used to watch Smosh at some point. You never watched Smosh?
Nope.
What? Dude, Smosh was like the shit.
The guys looked a little too feminine. Feminine to me.
Well, like, Anthony Padilla was one of the 2 main guys. He does something totally different now. He's like out there. He still does comedy. It's just different. But he does a lot of interviews. Or
I used to follow this guy. Like, I would watch him religiously. His name was... He has like a bunch of YouTube channels. But his name is Toby Tobuscus or something like that. And But he ended up being in a scandal about inappropriate things, you know. I don't know how to word it. But
Tobuscus?
yeah, that dude. I stopped watching him after that. I was like, nope. I can't support him.
The Annoying Orange? That's like as his channel. Was he the Annoying Orange?
He got pulled in to work with that company.
Bro, that was definitely an annoying orange. Oh my! Hey, but 2011,
he was working with Cartoon Network and everything, but like after his scandal, like they dropped him.
Oldest video 12 years ago.
I'm on YouTube. La 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 la.
The orange guy?
Who are you? You look kind of weird. You must be an apple. So hey, this is my YouTube channel. Yay! Have you subscribed yet? You haven't? You should. Press the yellow button. It's right there.
Oh, it used to be yellow. Because the things were on the side and they were on the right side.
Do it now. You should subscribe.
It's like you watch old videos, they point out, oh, go to the description over here. And you're like, it's not there on that side anymore. Come on.
I remember I used to really like, after like the third or fourth time that everything got changed, people were like, oh, make sure you hit like and subscribe and, you know, right over here or up here or down here or left here or wherever it is that has it now. Maybe it's on the screen. It's like you find it. You know what we're talking about.
Do a lot of older people talk to you when you have your mustache?
Do
a lot of older people talk to you when you have a mustache?
Not any more than when I don't have a mustache.
Oh, really? I don't know. For some reason, like if I leave my mustache, all the older people at work talk to me. Didn't matter what job I was working at, but it's always older people that talk to me. Shave off my mustache, let my beard grow fully. None of the old people talk to me. But if I leave my mustache, they talk to me like if I was one of them. And I was like, dude, I'm like hella younger than you. Like,
So you mean shave your whole beard, keep the mustache?
yeah, keep it long. Kind of like how Gabriel has it.
Yeah, almost like a walrus.
And the older people seem to talk to me more often. When they shave, they'll be like, ¿Quién eres, cabrón? And I'll be like, you know who I am, just stop messing with me.